It's the Superdrive.
I tell you for a fact, this music right here by Beyonce, teaming up with the great Bankuli, can be played any church in Nigeria and people would worship along with it. You know, such a spiritual song and a very helpful one at the same time. This is actually the song I gravitated to on the album, The Gift, when I listened to it. That being said, it's 14 minutes past 6. Like I did promise, we'll be having Bankuli in the studio. He's here. He's direct with us. And you can forward your questions via the WhatsApp portal 081-800-89933 or tweet at hotfm_Lagos. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for inviting me.
Super excited to have you here. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'd like to think your schedules has been off the charts since you got back.
Maybe ridiculous.
Ridiculous. How's the traffic?
Yeah, I had to park my car like about 1 hour from here just to, Yeah, the thing about me is that when I commit to do something, I do it. And there's no point putting you on alert and not showing up. So
that's right.
We got to do what we got to do.
And we appreciate you for that. So we're going to jump right into it. I quickly wanted to touch base on your background in music, knowing fully well that you're not just, apart from being an A&R, also an artist manager, you're also a vocalist, so to speak, and a phenomenal one at that. I mean, we just heard that song you got featured on with Beyonce. If you could just touch on your background in music a little for us, I'd like to know.
Okay. Are you sure you're ready for the long story?
I mean, we could make it as short as you want.
Okay. Well, basically, my background into music basically started when I was when I was very young, 4 years old. So, like every normal, I know everybody say normal, you start from church. And the journey started with a choir. My dad was a choir master, so automatically all the old children have to be a choir member.
Yeah.
And not just be a choir member, a participating member,
And perhaps an instrumentalist as well.
Yeah, I can play guitar, bass,
and the
keyboard,
piano.
And
Massive.
all the old sorts.
Massive.
It's the normal routine. And
massive.
Of course, a lot of engineering, knowing how to make use of all the sound equipment and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's how the journey started, and of course graduated to university while in the University of Ibadan, and precisely Teda Hall. So I was basically made the chairman supporters club. So you have to deal with coordinating students, stubborn students.
Yeah.
Those that don't know how to play drums.
Yeah.
That want to play drums. So the skill of actually interacting with, directly with stubborn people that don't have anything to do with music started with, in the university. And from there, gradually until when we began to, interface with artists vis-a-vis JJC and 419 Squad. At that time, Don Jazzy and the band, they were just an ordinary member.
Yeah.
And of course,
was this back in the UK or they had moved to Nigeria?
I'm talking of Nigeria now.
Okay.
While we were in Nigeria, we were interfacing with other Nigerian artists too, but the most important part of the whole journey was when JJC flew all of them back to Nigeria and they were going to plug all their materials into the system. I'm talking of when they were still super upcoming artists.
Yeah. Before Coco Master and Ogboro Feli.
Yeah, there was nothing like that at that time. We're talking of, an era where there's no internet, where there's analog.
Yeah.
You have to walk from point A to point B. Barely do you have, very few people have mobile phone at that time.
Yeah.
And even if you have it, it's like glory be to God,
yeah.
So yeah, that's just the journey basically, just, patch it up to, now we're here.
I like the fact that you mentioned some of these artists you've worked with in the past, the Banj inclusive. You were quite instrumental working with the Mo Hits back then. But it's been 6 years since you said your goodbyes, if I could say, walked away from that part of your work. Mm-hmm. And seeing how well you have developed yourself and helped a lot of people in the industry, do you have any regrets, if any?
Well, basically, the way I'm going to, put it to you back is, you said regret or no regret. There's no regret about this life.
Okay.
This life is all about, you learn, you move, you grow, you understand, and
What you can make off of your mistake, basically.
it's not even about mistake. It's about, growth, basically. And I won't say there's any regret or whatever. Everybody is growing up, you remember when you were not here a few months ago.
Yeah.
You were not here last year, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
But now you are here. So life is about, making use of your experience.
Yeah.
Putting it into use, learning new other ideas on how to make things happen.
Yeah.
And basically, maybe that's the reason why we're still relevant till now.
Yeah. I wasn't going to ask this question, but I mean, since we're talking about music,
Feel free.
yeah. The recent album, that's the Gift album by Beyonce. There's been quite, a number of back and forth by the audience, people that receive, the consumers of the album. Talking in respect of the selective process of the artists that eventually got featured on the album. I know for a fact that you're on the album. I mean, everybody's been talking about it.
It was never planned.
Is there like, it was never planned? What was the process? How? Because it's almost like the only artists featured on the album from Nigeria, if I can speak for them, are top artists that are being recognized by the rest of the world.
Okay.
Was that a factor?
If you have $1 million, are you still going to be eating at Mama Put? Considering hygiene, considering your health, considering your safety.
Yeah.
Are you still going to do that?
No.
So it's simple. You have just answered the question. If you're on that level of being, a top-notch artist,
yeah,
and you want to work on a project that is a global project, and you decide to tame it towards Africa,
yeah,
are you going to go and select upcoming artists?
Not at all.
Exactly. So you are now just answering the question. So it's like that, the good thing about this whole project thing is that I know a lot of people are of the insinuation that you have a lot of Nigerians on the project, which is very good for the image of Nigeria, but I don't see it like that. I see them majorly as an ambassadors. And of course, an example that I made to people was when Barack Obama decided to come to Africa.
Yeah.
He chose to go to Kenya and Ghana.
That's right.
Nigerians, they were just looking. Abi?
Yeah.
He went there. Did Nigeria collapse? We continued living our life. Everybody enjoyed it. So, whatever, and it's not just about selecting top-notch artists. Look at the artists they picked for the project in terms of the artists. Tiwa Savage, Wizkid, Techno, in terms of numbers, in terms of reach. And they adding value to the project.
Definitely.
Exactly. So if you're doing that kind of a global project and you are looking towards Africa, definitely you must be looking at how to get maximum impact.
Yeah.
And hit the ground running. So for me, I'm talking like an A&R now. I'm not talking like a Nigerian. I'm
That's
putting
right.
it to you that if you're actually working on a project, if you're a billionaire and you want to organize a party,
Yeah.
I'm talking of Owambe party, they have levels, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way you won't go and call ordinary Mama Put to cook the rice.
Yeah.
You go for all those nice, fancy. So that why are you doing all that? You are doing all that so that when people come, they can talk more, and of course, eat better food and feel happy. So that when they go back home, they will keep on talking about your party. And that's exactly how I see the project.
I love your reasoning. Your analogies are out of this world.
We have to break it down for everybody so that they can consume it.
That's right. 23 minutes past the top of the hour. Have the great, if I could add that to it, Bankuli in the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
God is the greatest.
Remember the Twitter, @HotFM_Lagos, should you have questions. And also you can send your messages via the WhatsApp
Don't
portal.
worry, don't rush yourself. I have your time.
081-800-899-33. Thank you very much. You mentioned projects. And when it comes to music, perhaps this could be attributed to other walks of life. I want to know how important is plotting and planning to executing a project.
It's like you have money. You want to build a house. Are you going to go to the market and just go and buy sand and start building?
Of course not.
Why?
Because you have to have a plan.
Exactly. Not just a plan. You will employ an architect.
Yeah.
You first build the house on a paper. If you don't build the house on the paper, if you don't have the right measurement, can you transfer that design to pure land?
Maybe not.
So that's the way it is. It's the same process. So there's nothing hidden or magical about creating music. It's the same way you saw a tailor go to the market. Before he goes to the market, of course, he must have money. Go to ATM, collect money. Then you go to the market. And before you get to the market, you make a decision which material you are buying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy your material, you go back home, you buy the right thread.
To ensure that you get this thing sewn.
Exactly. Not just, you can actually buy any thread to sew any cloth.
Yeah.
But there's specific.
It has to be the right
threading. Exactly. So when you have the right cloth, right threading, you sit down. Do you sew just like that? You have to cut the cloth into pieces.
Yeah.
And now do what? You must have a pre-plan. What is a pre-plan? You design, you draw.
Yeah.
That's why you have fashion designer.
Yeah.
Not just tailor.
Yeah.
Now, they sit down, they sketch. That's the word. They sketch and you sew to that sketch.
Yeah.
If you don't sew to that sketch, there's something that will happen. It is either one hand will long more than one other hand. Or you miss something. And if you miss something, it is either the customer come back with police or with broken bottle or cane or bring area boys to fight that tailor or probably jail the tailor. So really, music creation is very, very similar to the same way you want to cook your soup. You have to sit down, think about, okay, which soup are we cooking? Is it
what are the ingredients?
Soup?
What do we need?
You have to first know the soup you want to cook. Then you measure with the money in your pocket. Yeah. And you go to the market to purchase what you want to cook.
Yeah.
You can't go and buy what you want to cook and cook. You can't buy stuff for cooking jollof rice and use it to do ogbono soup. It's not possible.
With this analogy, I like to contribute
Why I'm trying to break it down like this is that most of the time when people come on radio and they talk to people about stuff like this, they just say terms and people are confused, I'm trying to make it extremely interesting so that whoever is listening,
it is, of course, it's interesting.
They need to understand that music creation is the same way God created man in his own image.
I wouldn't know about that.
It's there in the Bible. It's there in the Quran.
No, not all of us.
Well, whether you decide to do traditionalist, they must mix something together to bring
soil
out
and
something.
water.
Exactly.
Okay.
According to, I'm a Christian. From what I know, he sent so many people to go and get so many stuff to build a man.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that time, he need to do his own supernatural thing. He gave the breath of life. And that's exactly how music is.
Right.
You must sit down, have a plot. Okay, what am I creating? What kind of music am I creating? Is it sad? Is it funny? Is it happy? Is it this kind of vibe?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not just freestyle.
And I guess that's very essential for the creation of a body of work.
Of course.
Now, being that you're a custodian of the culture and a principal in this music industry, why is it so difficult for us to have a body of work from our artists? Why are they relying on singles?
Because everybody, including you have all normalized it.
No, I'm an album person. When I listen to albums,
then continue encouraging them. Put it to them. When I mean normalize. You see, we've all taken it as I'm sorry to say it's a Nigerian thing.
Yeah.
They said Nigerian, if you slap in Nigeria, we'll give you the next chick. Because he'll be calculating if I go fight now, make police go show up. You understand what I'm saying? But if you continue to normalize, different forum, talk about it. Because a lot of them, they believe in what they see others do. They look at the people in the front. They be dropping singles.
That's
exactly.
Right.
So they don't design their own formula. They look at other people's templates and continue using it, and it becomes oversaturated.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the problem. You understand? It's like expo. It's like the same way you're in the exam hall. You're always cheating. It's cheat.
That's right.
And the way music is structured, the way music is created, music is supposed to be an individual thing. That's why you have Adele, they excel on their level. That's why you have Kanye, they excel on their level.
Yeah.
That's why you see Jay-Z. That's why you have Malik Berry. That's why you have everybody, you have your own different individuality.
Yeah.
That you must be able to bring into music. By the time you start stealing or just using the same formula that the video is using, what will happen to you? You will crash.
That's right.
You can try it or it will work at some point, but at some point you will get frustrated. That's why you are seeing all these single model.
Yeah.
People are getting fed up now because everything just sounds the same. The moment, one person drops Anku, everybody to gbese,
Yeah.
is annoying. Is giving migraine. You understand what I'm saying? Because you are chunking music and you are decimating music to people, to sophisticated consumers.
Yeah.
I'm talking of Nigerians now. That's why you see when they are tired of one artist, they move to the next one.
Yeah.
And when they're tired of the other, I mean,
it's the same circle, yeah.
And artists began to, they get depressed. You see them, they are talking about depression. But, can't you sit down and create there are so many restaurants around here, I'm sure. But there's one particular one that you go to every time. Yes or no?
Well,
because you always go back to it because you get value for the money.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are so many restaurants, there are so many.
Of course, yeah. This is lucky one.
That's it. There's one particular one that you go to more than the other one.
Yeah.
And I feel that's how life is. That's how life should be dynamism.
Yeah.
You should be able to shake things up.
Yeah.
But for you, that is always, just following a particular people's template, Mr. Easy's template. Why don't you create your own template that can work for you?
Yeah.
Like a MasterCard, like a Bible.
Yeah.
For yourself.
I like the fact that we've arrived at this point because I really wanted to talk about Afrobeat and Afrobeat. Is there really a difference?
Well, I have two definitions for it. And I hope you're going to take your time to digest it.
Okay.
I believe what happened to Afrobeat is the same thing that happened to Afrobeat. In my own definition, I've interfaced with even, Sheon Kuti, with my friends. And of course, I'm not just talking out of just my mouth. The same innovation, the same renovation that is happening to Afrobeat is the same thing that happened to Afrobeat. At that time, if you look at what Fela was doing, it's a mix of high life. It's a mix of,
jazz, a bit of jazz.
I don't know if you're familiar with Orlando Julius.
Of course.
If you go and listen to all of them, it's like, how will I put it? The same way they say Afro pop, and one person put the name of Afro pop as
on the
name.
map, yeah.
And you now began to say he owns that genre. You understand what I'm saying?
Totally get it.
The same way a name came, to encapsulate the whole of other Afro. I'm talking of Afro vibes, Afro pop, Afro fusion, Afro trap, Afro dancehall. Instead of calling it Afrobeat is more like a unifying name. I believe the same thing goes with Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Now for Afrobeat sampled two main sound,
which is high life and
nope.
Are you talking about Afrobeat?
Afrobeat, the one all of us are doing
with
now.
The S.
They sampled two main people.
Yeah.
And those people they sampled is Fela,
obviously,
and Fuji. And a vibe, very, very foundation vibe from hip hop.
Yeah.
I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Totally get it.
So it's a bit of everything. That's why when you listen to it, you find you can switch hip hop into, you can do a song that have Wizkid and a rapper.
That's right.
You can do a song that have Davido and a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm talking of it's like building a house. While building a house, you must do your foundation very well.
Yeah, well, back to this house again.
Yeah, it has to be a house, because it's construction.
That's right.
At the end of the day, people need, why I'm trying to make it very interesting for whoever is listening anywhere in the world.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, if the listeners are not educated about what is going on, they tend to get lost.
That's true.
And they have a lot of questions in their head. How come this person's music is sounding like the same person's music? This person's music, are they stealing from each other or they are using the same producer? You understand what I'm saying? So it's a matter of breaking it down. When the followers, they understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You that is leading, that is giving them song, everything has to be everything must second.
Yeah.
So I believe that's the way it is. Afrobeats and Afrobeat, they are not too far from each other.
You're one and the same.
Yes, but if you're talking of personality, Fela has his own style that he named Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Well, basically, none of this this younger generation are basically doing that, but they are doing it in another way.
That's right.
Funkifying it, putting a lot of, putting some hip hop, putting some different vibes, high life, making it a little bit more happy.
Yeah.
Remember what Fela did was more of a very conscious music, talking about, the ills and, all the bad things, government,
society.
exactly.
Yeah.
You talk about human rights, you talk about stuff. It's still happening to today. But I believe what Afrobeat basically portrays, want to talk about happiness, still, the problem is still there, but people don't want to have too much hypertension thinking about how to pay for their house rent, all these human rights, all these killings we are seeing, but they want to be happy too.
Yeah.
Happiness is part of life.
So they have like a different subject matter
of course,
when they sing.
That's why when Afrobeat drops anywhere in the world, people want to party. People want to, losing out.
Yeah.
They're looking for an escape.
Definitely
and that escape is Afrobeat.
Yeah, definitely a vibe. All right. We're going to go ahead and listen to the track, which you featured, in as Beyonce teaming up with Bankuli, Find Your Way Back. This is a very interesting one, and I'd like to know how you came up with your lyrics, and if possible, educate me with these lyrics. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
It's the Superdrive.
Rororiri. Please, let's go right into that. What exactly is, those lyrics?
They are going to pay money.
Please.
Are you sure?
Please, can we put them in words?
Well, it depends. There's something about music for me. Music is not stagnant.
Yeah.
Music is multi-dimensional. Meaning, as a musician, you must have a very, big open heart.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should have open heart. You must be extraordinarily big.
Yeah.
And that's basically who I am, I digest so many music. It doesn't have to be Afrobeat. It's Fuji, jazz, Yoruba, church, even Allah Akbaru.
Yeah.
Akbaru.
There's a rapper, his name is Kevin Gates. He's been incorporating his religion, which is Islam, into a lot of his music.
I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Christian, but I understand from the music part.
Yeah.
That's what you call Arabian scale.
Okay.
You understand? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I can recite it because for me it's music.
It's melodic.
I'm in the process of, learning all those kind of sound. You pick something that you use somewhere. You understand? I remember when we were, putting the song together in the studio and they played the song. I said, this song is perfect. I don't know what you want me to do on it. I don't know. They were like, yeah, just try something. I'm like, okay. They were playing the song back to back. It was on replay. And I was wondering, wow, what will I do? All of a sudden, somebody came into the room with a dog. Which is very, very strange for people to come into the recording studio with a dog.
Yeah.
And so the engineer, the guy that was working with me in the studio was asking the lady, can't come to the studio with the dog. She said, well, there's nothing she can do.
Yeah.
My roommate is not around and she has to come with the dog. So I was just looking at them. They were talking. I'm talking of a Chihuahua dog that came with his own bed, basket, duvet, and with his food.
Yeah, they really take good care of dogs over there.
Yeah, I was just looking at the dog there. Which kind of wahala be this one now? Okay, now the dog did the idea. The girl, so thinking that she came to that session with the dog to work with us, but she actually left the dog and leave the room.
No way, she left the dog with you guys.
Yes, just left the dog in one corner there and just left. So the normal Lagos small boys, stubborn. You remember when we were stubborn?
Yeah.
When we see all those stray dogs,
you
that
try to
goes
play
around,
with them.
not play with a stone them. We always look for
trouble.
We always look for drug. We must chase us. We feel like, hey, whiskey. Okay. So now, funnily, the name of the dog is Ricky.
Okay. Oh, Ricky Robo.
Well, so the dog's name was Ricky. So I'm like, Ricky. So when I say Ricky, the dog jumps up and wants to come and play because it's trained that when you call their name, they come and play. And so when the dog was jumping up and down, I would drive it back. So I'll call the dog again. Ricky. Derek, can you play the song again? Record. Ricky Robo Rebe.
Hey.
Aniko Steve Robbie Rebe. Ricky. So the thing is that if you listen to the song, there's a progression there.
Yeah.
And so I was using that to the progression.
So this is you getting inspiration from a dog?
From the dog.
Wow. Inspiration is everywhere.
So after putting all those down, the other idea now came in, skin.
I hope they gave that dog credit as well.
Which dog?
So I hear everybody gets credit for the production of songs.
I beg, stop that. No be missing this song. Now you put the words.
Mad!
You understand? So we're able to put that together. And if you listen to the bounces, house music, you can hear some Maradona, some element from there. For me, it was about interpreting the song. And of course, they gave me liberty. They gave everybody liberty, to come with your creativity.
Yeah.
After all, they're trying to bounce it off our sounds from Africa. So
amazing.
I was lucky to be on the.
No, super excited to even have you on album because your work, has a lot. Your work has given you this platform.
You see, the way I see it more. I know everybody have their own way of seeing things. I think it's more of God in the making. When God decides to embarrass you with the same thing you do for other people. Yeah, basically all the better part of our life, what we've done is to make people to become stars, achieve their purpose in life, make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And of course, when God just turn around to use the same element to bless you, you have nothing to do but to submit yourself.
That's right. Brilliant. And I'm sure you got a lot of coins for that as well.
Definitely.
Not just now. Royalties and whatnot.
Yeah, now and...
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bankuli has arrived.
There's no need to hide it. If you walk, you must eat.
You guys chop.
You walk, you must chop.
Yes. Quickly, before you step out of the studio, I wanted to talk about...
you don't have to rush. You have all your time.
No, it's because we have the sports guys coming in the Osha brand.
Oh, okay.
I see you also going into... the clothing culture as well.
I've been on this for like about 7 or 8 months now.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, OSHA can be termed Osha, small God, small G. And of course, that word Osha, meaning it's cold.
Yeah.
And you exaggerate it to Osha proper.
Yeah.
You understand? So my own thing is that you have a culture, you have a genre that is growing.
Yeah.
It's only makes sense for us all, not only me, to begin to come with different ideas of, to be able to, culturalize that.
Mad.
It's our culture. I know a lot of people, they talk about small God. We're all created in God's image and likeness. And we make things happen. You wonder, you go to some concerts, you see some artists, they sing, and people are crying. What are they crying about? Meaning there's something God has deposited in that artist that is being transferred to other people. So, and you have scientists that created the bulb. They're all genius in their own level. So we're all gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I mean gods, I'm talking of small God, not the God Almighty. You understand what I'm saying? The owner of heaven and earth, we give glory to Him only.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So the idea, and basically why everybody, they see it because I wear it. And moreover, it's just a lesson for everybody. If you have a product, you must be a champion of your product.
That's right.
That's the way it is, invest in yourself. We could have gotten models to, you will be making the models popular.
Yeah.
So why can't I
eventually people would
wear my brand?
People would buy, they're already buying into it and wearing it worldwide. It's a global brand. I see you wearing Yeezys. He started from somewhere as well.
Exactly. And when he started, people were shouting at him, why do you want to do shoe?
Yeah.
You are called to be a musician. Just sing.
Yeah.
And the guy said, you can't beat me down. I can do many things.
So long as you can create.
Exactly. And now,
no boundaries.
Who is smiling now? He's a billionaire in dollars.
Yeah. Sir, I truly appreciate your time.
Nicely, we're meeting for the first time.
For the first time.
I
was looking forward to meeting and having this conversation with you.
And here you are.
Yeah, we have a lot to learn from you as well. Yes. Totally have a lot to learn from you. Thank you very much. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you. You too.
You're making not just the industry proud, but also Nigeria as a whole. With this whole brouhaha happening here and there, there's something to look forward to, which is our music and our sound.
We have to find a way. I use 3 words. I call it experience, exposure, and inspire. Yeah, people get the experience, they get the exposure, inspiration from different places.
Yeah.
And entertainment, there are very less people in the entertainment world that actually go to that level to inspire
other people
with their character. I tweeted something about yesterday about talent. Talent without character and virtue is useless. I say it again. Talent without character is useless.
Words on marble right there.
Yeah, it's there. If you don't have, what's the essence of your talent is to inspire, you are getting exposure, and people experience what you give them.
Yeah.
If your character do not blend with what you are giving, then you're a failure.
That's right.
It's not about making money or make people happy alone. There's a reason why God gave you that talent. And if you don't use it, He will take it from you.
That's right.
Let me repeat it again. If God give you a talent to use, to bless other world, to bless the world, and you use it in a very funny way, He will take it from you.
If you use it for your selfish avarice, He's going to take it from you.
Whether for your mouth alone, not to inspire other people, He will take it away from you. All examples of this can be seen. You can go to your Google and read, and you see the life they live. Drugs and what have you, you know, and they are nowhere to be found.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So why can't you see the mistake of other and try to avoid it? If God give you a talent and is making you money, why can't you protect that? And help people in your surrounding and kill the spirit of pride.
That's right.
And look into the future. And see how, because after all said and done, if we leave this world, you are not going nowhere with that talent.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We truly appreciate it. Not just a music exec, also a music merchant. We've had a wonderful time in the studio chopping it up with Bankuli the Great. Thank you very much. I've been inspired. All right. Before you leave, your social handles. That's Bankuli.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, I don't know if people want to get inspired. Go on my timeline on Twitter. You have Bankuli, Bankuli. On Instagram, Bankuli, Bankuli. On Facebook, Bankuli, Bankuli.
You know Tinder.
Know what?
No Tinder.
Tinder. That's the one they use in looking for women, Abi. Okay, continue.
It's the Superdrive.